What's up, y'all? Queen Iconic Glory coming through with a testimony of me leaving the spiritual realm. So I kept getting taps on my left hand side, tingles on my face, things of that nature. And I knew it was French Montana trying to alert me to get my attention. And I kind of like brushed it off because it's like, you need to be focused on your journey. Focused on what I'm doing. But the taps kept intensifying, very getting intense, like it was a sense of urgency, right? So Dad was like, I need you to go to her. I said, okay. I always listen to what God tells me to do. Always. He don't even have to tell me a lot of times. It's just I automatically take the initiative to do what I do. Right? So he told me today, a few seconds ago, it's January 21st, 2023. So my birthday is in 2 more days, January 23rd. I was born 1980, I'm 42 years old. 24 hours. So y'all, I began to go to him and y'all, listen, this is some real stuff. I am the queen of the 12 gates of heaven. 12 gates of pearls, I'm sorry, 12 in heavens, on earth as it is in heaven. And God passed me his torch. I had the keys. Oh, sorry, y'all. To front row seats. I mean, things that no man has ever experienced, ever. Many was called to do this job, but it was only one. It's only one. Um, and I am the queen of the lambs, right? So anyway, beginning to, astral project, and I seen this big ass alligator, right? So I'm connected with animals, and I can actually telepathically speak to them as well. So it's a big ass alligator, right? And I'm like, okay. I'm not afraid of it, but this mother junker was some big, sorry y'all. This mother junker was big, like one of them prehistoric alligators. Big, big as hell. Like bigger than a whale type shit, right? So notice the animals I'm speaking of. Remember how them whales was washing up on the shore? Just know that them demons already unleashed in the sea marine life from the spawns. They killing off all God's animals, of course, the people, right? So anyway, they was like, I heard get in the belly, in the belly, in the belly, and I was like, okay, like you want me to get in your, go through your mouth and sit in your belly? And the alligator was like, yeah. I said, okay. So what was going on, y'all? The world was turning, but it was turning so crazily, like it was disintegrating as it was turning, right? So I stopped it. And in mind you, the world not supposed to spin counterclockwise or counterclockwise. It's supposed to go in many directions, right? I'm talking about longitude, latitude, like all types of ways. You know how y'all going them y'all hear the horn beeping. Carnival rides with the little things. It's like I can't explain it. I know it goes in different directions. It's like a circle of motion, but the individual little sections spin crazy in like multiple directions. That's how the world's supposed to turn, right? Yeah, so I began to shift it. Y'all hear, hold on. I began to slow it down and shift it, like stop the world type shit. Like, hold up, wait a minute, pause. I stopped it and then I began to reprogram it, right? So it starts spinning, y'all. So as I'm doing that, a daggone my spirit guide started coming to me. Like she was like a ghost, all white, and it was a black like a yin yang, but it was like moving so differently, like, but not together. Like it was floating in the air type shit. So I began to do that. So if I'm in the belly of this alligator and I can actually see outside of its body, y'all, they're going, they was dump. I seen humans dumping, chopping up, had chopped up bodies being dumped in the water. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? There was like a fucking war. Like they was getting rid of all the evidence. So I said, okay, where is this not? It was a, I'm thinking they were saying Australia. I mean, it is Australia. I'm thinking they were saying Asia, but I knew it was a country that began with an A. So I said, Australia? They said, yeah. I said, okay. So what came to me was celebrities that's trafficked. The clones that you see, like Gucci Man, of course, French is a clone. That's not the real French. They are in jail, of course, spiritual jail. We live many previous lifetimes where we had karmic depths, depths to depth, like levels is depth, but I'm saying depth as into currency debt. Um, we had to pay off or whatever. So I'm saying like a facility, like a holding cell. I'm not physically there, but I see it. And it was like they was trying to hurry up and kill all the earth angels, the real earth angels, the real chosen ones, where their souls are still there, and it's like they're not them though. Their souls is something like a entrapment type shit where they got these souls being programmed and operating through the clones and shit. Man, they was trying to kill the fucking clones, right? So I mean, to kill the actual bodies that the clones are working through. So I was like, okay. So yeah, I just began to, in real time, I knew that I couldn't fucking physically go to Australia. So I astral projected. And what God was showing me is that some shit's gonna go down before my birthday, right? So God actually activated me January 21st, which is today. And of course, the enemy's still trying their best to kill me, which does not work. So I knew that this was supposed to happen before my birthday. So it was like, I'm not gonna wait till my birthday. I'm gonna get on top of the shit as it comes to me. Yeah, I go to the fucking facility and I just start wiping the enemies the fuck out, like wiping them out. So y'all, when I say I literally snatch their souls, listen, the left side of me is God, the right side of me is Satan. So that's how you should know that we are able and capable of overcoming our evil with good, and we have the free will to do right from wrong. So I began to like drown, but I'm like, fuck all this shit. I ain't leaving no souls, no criminals, no nothing of none of these motherfuckers because they supposed to be wiped the fuck out. This is the new era, the new cycle of the lambs of God. So all that from Genesis, generationals, yes, all the generational curse bloodlines from Genesis all the way down to Revelations, even though Revelations is actually the beginning and Genesis is the end. They just told it the Bible wrong. That's why they rewrote it, because they wanted to alter out important fucking information, but I already decoded that shit, right? That's why they want us dead. So y'all, um, it started happening, right? And I just started breaking down what was going on. And y'all, when I say I literally snatched their souls, I'm talking about all the Illuminati, everybody that denied God. I'm not talking about no 1 or 300,000 people. I'm talking about gazillions. That last 10% that refuse to fucking accept God, I snatch all their fucking souls. Listen, and then my left hand, right, it started tingling, like the body was trying to come out. My face started tingling, like begging, like I knew they was begging me for another chance, thinking that I was gonna do it. And some of these are our families, fake ass friends. They are all in the bunch, man. When I say I held that motherfucker until I couldn't feel the motherfuckers moving inside my hand, I'm telling y'all some real ass shit. Like I became a mega super giant type shit and had these motherfuckers in my hand, right? So y'all, as I'm doing that, and I even squeeze harder, I'm like, fuck that. That's when I started thinking, I'm not leaving no remnants behind. I'm not washing you out with fire, no water. Fuck all that shit. Y'all motherfuckers done like that. I don't want to leave no remnants of these punks behind. Y'all, why a daggone the gatekeeper? The gatekeeper opened up the daggone spiritual realm. A light just flickered from outside, y'all, as if the high beams of a car was flashing its light. So it was a gate, a portal opened up, y'all. It was a bear. Now, mind you, a while back when I worked at Wawa, when we first opened up the Adams Morgan location, zookeepers from DC Zoo came in, and it was a female handler that handles the bear. And I was like, you handle the bear? She said, yeah. Y'all, the bear came to me in a spiritual realm like a few months ago, and I called him Bear. You know, this is when I began to summon people to the wrath of God, like to hell and shit. Even my fake ass family. That's when I met the bear and some tigers and some other animals and stuff like that. That's working with us now. And that's why I say, you know, you can't hunt them no more. They're off limits. Like all the zoo keepers, they are going to fucking have these animals are gonna be unleashed upon them, especially the ones that has done the animals wrong. Like it's gonna be the animals now attacking everyone that deny God, like in real time, y'all. So listen, the portal opened up. It was a bear at the daggone the gate of the portal, and I just threw the motherfuckers in there. First of all, you couldn't even see them; they disintegrated. But we know what the fuck it was. It's like they out of here. It wasn't even no damn ashes of them. It was like they just morphed into the fucking air type shit. But I wanted them the fuck gone out this motherfucking out owl. What we got going on in the neck of the lambs of God. So anyway, after that happened, right? So I smell French, y'all. I smell that it smells like a hookah or Moroccan type of cigarette. I smell it. Yeah, I smell it. That's French, right? So I came back and you know, my left side, I felt like I could feel him kissing my face. And it was like, okay, calm down. Like, no, we're not doing that. It was like he was thanking me for saying thank you for finally listening to me. Y'all gotta understand, even though the stuff that we see in real time it has, this is like not in our real time. It happened prior. It's just programmed for it to be seen this way. But in actuality, it has already happened. Like, that's why you say, I hope I live, or I hope we live for 1,000 years. Let me drink some rock to dry your tears. You know what I'm saying? Because we cause one another a lot of pain. So I have done wrong as well as he has. Right? So anyway, the moral of the story is, y'all, if you deny God, you're done. I don't care who you are. I'm not there forgiving. I'm not giving no one no second chances. Like, no, you're done. It's just, you're done. And just know, coming to the land of God, what we got going on, 3 strikes, you out. It may be one, it might be two. I don't know. But I'm a very reasonable person, and I'm not biased. So just know it's not gonna be that car alarm. It's not gonna be based off of who I know. Even if I do wrong, God take me the fuck out. That's just what it is. I ain't gonna be no, oh dad, I'm sorry. No. I mean, we all learn from our mistakes, and we've been at this shit for, I've been at it for 42 years. I'll be 43 in a few more days, 2 more days. So it's like, come on now. At some point, you should know right from fucking wrong. So it's no excuse. So again, it's happening. Sorry, y'all. They cursing, throwing, trying to curse me. Return to sender. It has already happened because they trying to take my inheritance. It's not. Listen, they owe us all our money, all our land. Okay, these people that's living on our land, it's up to us to decide what we want to do with these fucking tenants, especially those that stole our land. Sorry, in our inheritance. A lot of people don't know. A lot of them demons do know. So do not eat food and use your discernment. It's so needed. It's so needed. So with that being said, hold on, let me see if that's it. That is it, folks. That's all, folks. That's all, folks.